Alright, welcome to another Fury of Dracula game. Tonight we have Strider from Helm Deep Dish taking on Wyrmtalon from Team Surprising Return. With me in the co-commentary booth is Fangs of Fire. Welcome, Fangs.
Thank you, Matt King. It's been a long time. Thank you for having me.
So, Helm's Deep Dish is, and I played the last game was against Pizza Wizard a couple nights ago. Ugh. Maybe I'll try this in English next. So, I ended up playing as partner Pizza Wizard and ended up actually, well, spoilers, I lost that game. Still a great game. I recommend you watch it, but I lost that one.
Oh yeah. I think it was me and Gyro recording that one, and Gyro being the host, so look it up on his channel if you want to watch it. It was an epic show.
And we're starting off with the Dracula event on top, so good luck, Dracula, it seems. Yep.
Okay.
Day 1 hired scouts.
Okay, it's ruling out Ireland from the get-go.
Yeah.
Got a knife for a starter. So, nice. Honestly, I think that showing a knife is actually not the worst thing in the world, because Dracula, as a general rule, always assumes that Mina will have a knife. When does she not have a knife?
When she doesn't draw it.
Yeah.
But it's always a safe assumption. You are right about that, though.
Yeah. So therefore, it's not the biggest deal. It's not completely insignificant, but it's not the biggest deal.
Yep. It's night 1. Not much really means anything right now outside of that first hired scouts being drawn.
Yep. So, I played several practice games with Wyrmtalon towards the beginning, and when he was to help him get off a little bit of rust, since it has been quite a while since you called yourself Team Surprising Return for a reason.
Yep.
It's been quite a while since you two have competed.
Well, you can blame our hunters for tonight on why we returned. So everybody who lost to us, blame Strider.
Okay, ooh, Rufus. Okay.
Starting off with an ally. So, obviously we're so early in the game that trying to search is not really that fruitful anyway.
Yes, although I personally disagree. I tend to search with any ally but Harker, even if I don't have Surprising Return.
Yep.
I possibly would have just poked at Bologna, seeing if he's doing an Athens start. But maybe that's just me.
Well, I did talk to Wyrmtalon before this, and he said he did have a plan. But obviously, that plan's always going to change based on where your hunters start. So, I don't know if he's. Yeah, so I don't know what he's sticking to or not, and I didn't ask him what it was. We're gonna find out together.
Yeah. Also.
Yeah, it's looking like a long night for Mina.
It'll also. Nice one. It'll also depend on what, like, Dracula's starting hand, like when they find your trail, etc.
Also, Dracula's gonna be doing something tonight he's never done before. He's gonna take notes.
Oh, so that's one detail he did give you, huh?
Yep.
I see. No misdirects. Yeah, I've noticed that becoming a thing during this tournament.
I've seen misdirect. The only time I haven't seen a misdirect this tournament was because the guy drew hidden schemes on his first night dark calling, which honestly I was pretty questionable about.
I agree.
You'd want to at least move day 1. Oh, second dark.
Yeah, my ruling is if I dark call, I won't dark call unless I've already set down my initial batch of stuff. And by that I mean typically, like, be it a hide trick or like several things with, say, for instance, like when I want to
scout number 3.
For instance, like, say something plus bats and saboteurs around it.
Just something to give yourself a shield in case your dark call didn't work as you hoped.
Precisely. Okay, so Rome, and that was Naples, or was that Bari?
I believe it was Naples.
Okay, so, well, that cuts off Bari, so Yeah, not down there.
And Strider is apparently getting his scouts on discount. He should have gotten from our today's sponsors goods for less. Goods for less. Buy 9 wax, the 10th one's free.
Yeah, I mean that is quite a good point. That's already 3 hired scouts drawn. So unless we have another pizza wizard, as it has begun to be called, of going through the entire event deck, there's only one more in 63 cards.
Plus 2 allies and money trail and 2 local rumors and evil presences. So you still got plenty of searching available. Oh yeah, and the 2 surprising returns if you want to count them.
Yeah, not to mention the 3 newspapers as well.
Yep. Oh please, we all know newspaper reports are just a myth. They don't exist. Oh, God.
that would be hilarious, Wyrmtalon.
Gotta love it when your opponents have banter.
Yeah. I love it.
And there's the expected dark call. He's got a prompt.
Oh, okay, well that means it's not Sensational's Press. You know that much. Wait until you see Seward's hand, he says.
3 dogs and a steak. He's playing fetch in Madrid.
Something like that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, in the casual game, well,
lots of guns being thrown away.
Both Van Helsing and Seward can easily, can easily draw just trash, get all the trash while me and Gladaming are cycling what trash they do get out of their hands quickly.
Yep. There go the garlic wreaths. 3 pistols are in the discard as well, so. Well, chat, let's play our favorite game. Where did he start? Because we're getting close to that time he could reveal it at any moment.
Yeah.
So where do you think, Fangs? East start? Central start? Italy start? He's running around right next to Van Helsing right now?
Well, unless he did northern Italy, the search of Rome and Naples rules that out. Since I've played several practice matches, as I said before, with Wyrmtalon, he often started in the east, so I'm going to place my guess there. But if he has a separate plan, I do have skepticism as to whether I'm correct, I will say.
Also, I must say hi to the Becking fan club for showing up.
Hello?
That's always kind of the hard part about these games at the start. It's just until someone, either
it's
Dracula gets found or some really interesting event occurs, we're just kind of stuck waiting.
Yeah, and that's why it's nice to have a co-commentator, especially ones like Gyro, for instance. Always manages to make it a bit more entertaining at the beginning of the video. But well, it is what it is. That's just part of the game. The week 1 supply train. Just wait until something happens. That's just how it is.
Yep, still no rumor token.
Yeah.
So, maybe a bad hand for starting vampires? Obviously, with that dark call, he's gotten many more options, but you still typically wait till it's on day 3 for a surprising rumor token.
Okay, double Holy Bullets discard. Oh, Pizza is going to be angry.
And there goes the dog, so snuffs up. Final hired scouts. Can he do
already?
it? Hamburg Cologne, not.
Okay, not Brussels and Cologne? That's interesting.
Yeah. And the Strider fan club there as well. Hey, Pizza Wizard. We've already seen all 4 scouts miss. And it's only Friday week 1.
Yeah, this is all. That fact is definitely highly entertaining. I mean, it's not all that unusual to see 2, but even 3
Peace
is
Knight's applying too.
Unusual. Oh, that's. I wonder if that was just a mistake. Whoa. Uh-oh.
That'll make Wyrmtalon happy. He was hoping.
Seward did partially. That was Seward who drew, but I said Strider did mention it that one method is possibly just night supply. In this meta, now that Dracula can get Drac events easier, is to just stuff him with Drac events till he has to start discarding them.
Yep, another Drac event. 3 events in
So
the hand.
I'm not sure if that's
only
what
one
he's
prompt.
doing, but
Pizza Wizard is wishing he would swap places.
yeah.
Well, Pizza Wizard, you want to take your chances with me, and that almost burned you.
Yeah. This is definitely very peculiar. Strider is now blaming. I suppose he's feeling a bit cocky after being so lucky to get 2 Emmanuel Hillotines when he was playing Dracula.
Yeah. Guess he burned his luck.
Yep. That was quite a game. I'm not going to tell all people who don't already know which game it was, but it was quite a game.
Well, Pizza Wizard's just begging his partner not to tilt now. Yeah. I don't have any sort of capture for the chat, so I have to kind of fill it in like that.
Yeah.
Something we have to work on someday, but not today.
Steak and garlic. Interesting.
He's throwing out blood transfusion.
That's not all that surprising.
And he's throwing out another blood transfusion.
Okay, well, that's not happening in this game. But then again, it rarely does.
Oh, Johnny boy.
Well, now.
Yeah.
This is when you need him.
Yes. He's not good in many situations, but in the worst situation, you want him. We make fun of him, but when you have no information, you'll take any information.
Yeah.
Almost done with the item deck. 3 garlics, 3 bolts, 3 pistols.
Yeah, there's still 3 stakes, all the heavenly hosts, all the horses. I mean, obviously, why would he discard horses? But sometimes, like if the hunters don't get CG early, they do throw away a heavenly host or 2.
Yeah. Or Godalming just draws all the good stuff again.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. You never want to see it happen, but sometimes he just draws too good.
Yeah.
Starting some event trading. So, final bets for where Wyrmtalon started, because Johnny's about to tell us. I'm thinking Amsterdam for no particular reason. Somewhere up north.
Because he didn't check Brussels? Nuremberg.
Yeah.
Alright, so it was Germany. Well, I suppose it could have been Zurich as the starting location, but or Strasbourg for that matter, but he's taking. It would appear as if he's taking a leaf out of my book and doing a central start with that that nice triangle of Strasbourg, Nuremberg, Zurich. It can be extremely not without Jonathan Harker.
Small city highway.
If without Jonathan Harker.
Oh, he's gone back.
Well, I mean, it went undetected, so he's not revealing exactly where he is.
It's just next to Nuremberg, so.
Yes, but that could relate to 6 spots, actually.
Oh.
So, still plenty of options. And what's more, are the hunters properly equipped yet? Maybe. I imagine 1 or 2 of them are, but not all of them.
Well, it's not rumored, so if it is a vampire, it's not the worst to just let it go, but then again, is it a vampire? Godalming can make it.
And on top of that, is it? Oh wait, you're talking about Nuremberg. I was thinking of it is vampire. Okay, well then, what we got? Will we get a point or not? That's really that is really the only question with these fights. It is very difficult to get 2 points.
Well, Wyrmtalon's getting happy with the ambushes, so he's probably thinking Galming's got a stake for one of his items.
I'm considering that we are almost all the way through the deck and we've only seen one stake discard. I would not consider that unlikely. So.
Dodging claws. Guess
And
Reckless
plus,
just
of course,
didn't
the
have.
Reckless do have the ambush bonus, so I understand the thinking.
Galming's probably gonna try for the escape.
Most likely.
Yep. And
Okay, not just gonna get a hang, it would appear.
Yeah. Alright, so we got a glorified rat.
In a way. Although, unlike rats, he won't, instead of just having to show the stake to discard it, he will have to lose the stake. If he has it.
I'm just
Although
talking about the damage he did, that's all.
Fair point.
And Seward's taking the train, so he doesn't have perfect tick economy. Oh.
Oh.
A prompt.
Oh. False tip.
No, custom search.
Okay. Okay.
It wasn't a horse move. Delayed taking damage.
Okay.
Oh, next to Paris. So,
Alright.
so what connects Paris and Nuremberg?
That means that we know it's Strasbourg now. Which, now that they've discovered that information, I expect that more likely than not we will see a wolf form tonight. Okay, ambushing with a soil? I mean, I can get possibly wanting to filter the cards, but
No,
well,
no
got
work.
lucky.
Yep.
I suppose since he's delayed, that it's the same effect that if he wasn't delayed and he searched it by night, but
He did reveal that it was a.
that was a soil. I suppose it's possible that what's going on is that he just didn't, that his Dark Hall drew like all the trash stuff, all the rats, wolves, saboteurs, and so on.
He didn't
Okay,
discard
so
anything. So why bring Galming in if he doesn't have a stake?
I think he was sent to just see what it was.
Just to verify?
Yes, I mean, it didn't have a ruin token, so it wasn't like, say, here I am, come get me. Like, anything like that. I mean, for all he knew, it could have been a hoax.
Sneaky Sky?
I'm guessing that was what he was expecting. Given that there was no ruin. And, well, I mean, you don't need a stake to deal with a hoax, although it can be nice.
Still scratching him.
Oh.
But he knows about the knife, so he's getting 2 damage out of it.
Yep, getting... However...
Do you think Mia's got the double knife, though? Because
Really, I just don't know
Worm might
yet.
be thinking it's safe to bite.
Yeah.
He's going for the fangs.
Does it?
Dodge, he doesn't have a second knife.
Or if he does, he doesn't want to reveal it, because she did use forces to get here, and that would mean revealing her entire hand. So if it's something that isn't a knife, then he may want to keep it concealed a little bit longer.
Mesmerize.
Okay. Punch?
A Heavenly Host.
Oh, Heavenly Host.
That is... Well,
okay.
I get the logic for Strider doing that. He's probably thinking going for the knife again. Don't try to bite, so play something to block it. And Mez is a good option, but this time it did not work out. He burned a Heavenly Host on a 1 hit point vampire.
Yes, but keep in mind it was at full at the beginning of the fight, so therefore I can definitely see why you would do that. Especially since it's nice to get it in when you have a safer moment for Mina to use it, compared to since obviously, Mina is more dangerous for Mina to be carrying those around than other hunters.
But still, if he was worried about mesmerize, he could have punched and gotten the same result. Right?
Yes, but that could have gone cancelled by strength. Is the
That's
other
awkward.
the problem? Okay, so when
he took your path. He mentioned Strasbourg.
Yeah,
Nuremberg,
Nuremberg, Zurich,
Geneva,
then,
Paris, back to Strasbourg.
Yeah. Yep. So that means we will almost certainly see a wolf form because he moves normally. He now knows that it's going to be. And he
does have 3 options.
Yes, but I expect that we will likely see a wolf form. That will kind of semi-force Strider to check Munich. Semi-force him to check Nantes. Basically, it's not so much for. While it is also for obfuscation, it's more for making them have to check places like that, and therefore distracting them. Interesting. Hide card?
That'd be a pretty nasty trap in Strasbourg. That's a hide. And he's road blocking.
Oh. Interesting. Well, he definitely wants this.
He does not want Seward going anywhere.
Yeah, I find that a little bit odd. I mean, why not put at least one of them because why not put at least one of them in between Nuremberg and Zurich? Make it a little bit. I'm sure they can still horse there, but if they slow, I mean, maybe it gets through. But then again, perhaps he's simply using.
Wyrmtalon's got a plan. Believe in the plan.
Well, I'm not sure that the plan entailed also. I'm not sure that the plan entailed getting 2 extra Dracula events from Night Supplies. So I think that the plan may have already been altered a little.
Well, he's good lucking away a roadblock.
Yeah, I think to make a guess, he is doing that so that Seward can deal with Geneva today. Oh?
No, he's sending Godalming to deal with it.
Unless... We've seen Seward move by rail. What if Godalming is holding a double horse? And therefore is going to send Seward here so that they can trade?
Well, at that point, why don't you just remove the barrier to Paris and just trade there?
Because then you clear trail out while you're at it.
Then why are you supplying with Seward?
Okay, in that case, it seems that
we have no idea what's going on anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I could see some logic to doing it, but then again, it's possible that there is still a Henley host in the pile, and Seward wants to be able to deal with this thing on Paris. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I can think of possibilities, but discard an excellent weather. Whoa.
Yeah,
that's scary.
Yeah, Dracula notices that. Dracula notices he could try running for the coast and getting out.
Yeah, the fact that he discarded an excellent weather is definitely scary.
No ambushes in Zurich or Geneva.
Yeah.
Keeping the road from Paris to Strasbourg blocked. He has to deal with Zurich tonight or it gets away. Oh, it's a mob. In Geneva.
That's a point. That's a small notch to Strider, considering that Godalming was 1 item down and therefore took less damage. I mean, it's not as if
he's a tank.
Yeah, that too. So therefore, the right person tackled it.
And Helsing's trading. Yep.
Whoa.
Puppies.
Okay, well. Okay.
Showing just a knife.
Oh, your knife. He knows it's there, so why not? Okay. The thing that I am curious about is where are the other two heavenly hosts? Seward does, at least didn't have one. Possibly has one now, but after that supply. But
well, there's still 2 more cards in the deck. He still may not have it for all we know. That would definitely suck for Strider, though. Both your hosts on the bottom.
yeah, that would. But I mean, it can happen. Unlikely, but it can happen.
Wyrmtalon's probably taking a moment to mark down the discard piles.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea because the item deck will likely reshuffle soon. Like dumbings down items, so he's almost certainly going to supply. And evidently, Seward is not wasn't entirely happy with his hand either. So,
One more day before Dracula gets Dark Callback. Strider's gonna probably have to start thinking about, does he want to supply with an event on top and risk Dracula grabbing it? Not sure how much people are playing around that though in this tournament. There's the wolf form we predicted.
Yeah, from Brussels, Cologne, or Frankfurt.
And rumored Strasbourg. So that's likely a 3 event encounter there.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, in which case that's Wolfram from Strasbourg. Correction.
Yep.
So, oh.
Well, this is surprising. Rufus actually showed up. So is he gonna search Strasbourg to confirm? Nope, not Leipzig.
Leipzig? Okay. Yeah. Strider is likely caught on to that is almost certainly a hide card at Strasbourg. So, that makes sense. Makes sense to search that. Although it might also make sense to check Munich real quick.
Nope, he hasn't realized it yet. Or he's just going to supply.
I think it's the latter of those.
Yeah, sort of throwing away another puppy.
Okay, I'm not sure about that one. If Van Helsing is... I'm sure there's trades that could happen between Seward and Van Helsing to optimize hands, but now you're making it so that they can do that and also do an event trade. Can't say I like that. Ambush.
Well, you got the information out of it for Van Helsing having it, though. Not surprising. He is looking at it beat up from those wolves.
That plus the fight with the Reckless.
Dude, day resting.
Yeah, the problem that remains though is that now Seward can do a trade and then he will no longer know for sure which of them has it. That's what I would do.
Well, if we see Seward initiate the trade, then nope.
Okay.
So if Van Helsing starts the trade, then we're not sure if he's going to trade events or items, though I'm pretty sure it'll be items. If it was events, he could have done that yesterday, at night.
Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm also guessing it's items for that reason, and also, I think Seward also this made it so that Seward could heal as well, instead of him having to do the trade, and then Van Helsing search. Yeah, so. I think that ambush was a minor mistake. Not the biggest deal in the world either, but as we know, small things like that can add up over the course of a match.
Well, the night is young, my friend. It is only
Indeed
Tuesday
it is.
night. Well, Wednesday week 2, I should say.
Yeah.
The days just fly by, don't they?
Yeah, once the action actually begins, time starts to pass. Seems to pass far more quickly.
And there's the reset.
Yep. Discarding a stake. Okay. Oh.
And,
yep. It was indeed a hide.
no surprises there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure Strider already knew about Strasbourg, and that was just to confirm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Hyde was a mob.
Okay. I
Not sure.
wonder.
I'm not sure about
Would
the
you
ambush
have?
part with that.
Yes.
Let's wait for another hunter to get in.
Yeah, I would have waited for at least one more hunter.
And he's ambushing reckless.
To get in to get more value out of that.
So maybe double vampire mob.
So, possibly. Let's see what the last one is. Yeah.
Will Wyrmtalon finally get on the board? Will Reckless finally get a taste of that? No escape for Seward. He just has such lovely eyes and... Sorry, what were you talking about?
We were talking about what we think that what we think that the last encounter is, and also how he possibly should have waited for at least one more hunter, if not possibly both Mina and Helsing, to get in before he ambushed with the mob, because those AoE things are definitely very handy.
There's the plotting into punch.
Plotting.
Wait, that game was last week. You're doing this wrong. That was last week. You're supposed to not punch that one. It's probably going for the escape, so there's the mesmerize. Yep.
Oh, dodge. Now he's out of mesmerizes, so...
Yep, watching those sweet moves.
I think that he was expecting a fangs there. Just that the vampire would do the standard thing of let him go and but take the points. Okay.
Yeah, he's gonna get the point either way, at least.
Yep, turns out the same way.
Well.
Okay.
Wyrmtalon is on the board.
Yep.
And that first point is always important if we go to week 4.
Indeed. So
we still have an entire week and a half to get there.
Very true.
And we still have
ambushing with the last one. Interesting.
We still have one mystery encounter.
Yeah, and then we have a wolf one to track down. Which, if I were a Strider, I would send Mina to Marseille or Strasbourg, one or the other, and then scan tonight to see whether he is heading in the direction of Spain. Oh. Okay, well that doesn't jump for it, after all.
Yeah.
That was definitely convenient.
That clears most of the west.
Yeah, that rules out... Oh, unfortunately that doesn't quite quite rule out...
Bordeaux is still safe.
Yeah, Bordeaux would not have been hit by that.
Yeah.
But, more likely than not, if he were going to Spain, it would have been Clermont-Ferrand to Toulouse. Oh, showing double stake. Interesting. It was a hoax. Okay. Well, that's that cleared.
Yeah, burns 2 stakes on it, though.
Yeah, and a good amount of HP. And a point. So, costly, but then again, that was a triple encounter, so... Taking it down single-handedly with only one hunter is pretty good for Strider.
And it was Seward, so he can afford to take those hits and get it back faster.
Very true.
It'll take 3 days of rest to get him back to full hit points, but... For Seward, that's just a few night actions if he has nothing else to do. He's probably... It looks like he's got his tickets done. He's not desperate for night supplies yet. Drax down to 1 card.
Or rather, is no longer desperate for night supplies.
Well, Dracula still has that one event, though, and that could be anything.
Yep. Now the roadblock is accounted for, the one that gave him the prompt when he drew it, that could be... I mean, that one obviously is not another roadblock or summon storms.
I'm calling Sedulous Press. Why? Because I can.
Also because Strider made the joke about it earlier.
You don't have to explain the joke.
You know, it would be... or rather, Wyrmtalon made the joke. You know what would be hilarious for the last scout? Sensationalist Press.
Well, we're already out of scouts.
Yeah, I know, but that was joked about earlier in the chat, is what I'm saying.
Again, don't explain the joke. As soon as you explain it, you've ruined the joke. It's dead now. It's deader than that reckless vamp. I hope you're happy.
Okay.
Yep. Well, Strider never likes letting go of those crucifix.
Okay.
Because we all know that does hurt Dracula.
Right.
So, which way do you think Worm went? Did he get lucky in Bordeaux, or do you think he's running east? The only place we know he wasn't was Leipzig.
Yeah, at least where the wolf form was specifically, is that's when that happened. Well, that's. I think my
It's
guess
not a
would,
bad check.
At this point, I would guess it's
Prague.
I actually think that he went to Milan, Wolf went to Milan, Venice, and then was at and then it was at Venice where he would have been missed at the time. And is now in Florence. Risky, but
Yeah, you're thinking
think
the boot.
that,
I'm thinking the east.
yeah, both with Munich not being involved, both entail risky spots. But then again, I suppose Prague wouldn't have been so risky, considering the fact that they had burned a Heavenly Host to take out the vamp.
Yep.
So therefore they wouldn't have it at full power.
It would still be scary, but it's only one event deck in a deck of 75. Yeah, they've been drawing a good number, but there's still plenty of that deck to go, too.
Yep. Yeah. It's... Yeah, so with that, I think I'm more persuaded towards Prague and then going east. But
We'll find out eventually.
It's still possible. Yeah.
Yeah. If all you can say is it's still possible, just don't bother. Just say, we'll see. Zerk and Paris are layers right now, so probably just using that just as a way to cycle cards. I don't think he's going to be going back to either of those locations.
I mean, if it's a wolf form from Med or North Atlantic, I could see it, but otherwise, yes, I agree there. Okay,
Double doggo.
Along the dog breeder.
Well, everybody needs a hobby, and with his wife dead.
Oh.
Stick research, 2 Drac events.
Okay. Playing that by day is interesting.
Horse and Storm's gone.
Okay.
So he's got 4 safe night supplies to work with. And there's no hoax risk for a while, so you can grab him pretty safely right away. Or hold on to him.
Yeah, and we still have Parker in play, so that wolf form will eventually be shown.
Local rumors.
Okay.
Nothing in Milan.
That now confirms that it is not Bordeaux, because this time, with it being local rumors instead of evil presence, that would have flipped up Clown Forand.
It would have flipped up anything next to Galming, and that's a lot of locations.
Except Nantes. If you wolf form to Nantes, okay, so it's still not completely dead, but it would...
Find the fog.
Oh.
Unearthly Swiftness.
Oh boy.
We'll always love to see that card doing Dracula.
Yeah, and that means that, like, if this wolf form is a hoax, then Parker will not be enough to stop that. He has to find it today.
Yes, I know, Seeking Sky, that is correct. In the book, they never actually were married, but Galmi also did acknowledge that he saw her as his wife even then.
So, I mean, good for the hunters that they got to yoink a fog, but apparently, according to the dialogue that they're having, that was one of that he got that from Strider's Night Supply. Wow.
It's been a while since I read the book. Okay, cut me some slack.
What? And what is that?
He's reading it.
Okay.
Reading chat.
Oh, I see.
Yes, this is a live stream. We have a chat to talk to, too. And I like to acknowledge them, because they're such lovely people. They're giving us the time of day.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
time of night in our case.
Very true. But then again, isn't it time of dawn, day, a night, and dusk? Oh, well, what have we here? Looks as if we have a, like...
Serious Duke North. Now, did he go back to Strasbourg a third time?
That's
Strasbourg
a lair, so no.
I wanted to believe, okay?
Okay. So this... Wolfform to Hamburg, then after Leipzig got searched, he moved there, then Cologne, and now Brussels, and now Amsterdam? Or possibly Le Havre?
I'm leaning towards Le Havre. Amsterdam kind of leaves him quartered in. He's just got just many escape routes from Le Havre.
Yeah, I agree that would likely be the better option.
And there's the cutting off move.
Okay, now Mina's gonna go to Paris, correct? Another... he could do Unearthly Swiftness now to lay down the hide card, then wolf form right past them, if he wanted to.
That would also force the wolf form to mature.
Yes.
But are you really going to Unearthly Swiftness for that? What does he have down there that he'd want to do that for if he did go for Unearthly Swiftness?
Ina Hoax, which would give him Unearthly Swiftness right back, for one thing. So...
he's spying.
Ah, interesting.
Let's see, is spy still...
Okay.
I'm trying to remember something with spy. Okay, I guess they updated to fix that bug. I suppose he chose not to go to Paris because it's a lair, and therefore, if he goes there, he will know. No fake wolf form shenanigans, unless he clears it first. Yeah. Alternatively, he could do Unearthly Swiftness, then go to English Channel, and then immediately wolf form to Swansea, or Manchester, wherever. I mean, Manchester almost certainly not, but... No. Well, to be fair, the geography also says that this region is the Baltic, so... I wouldn't take that with too many, the map screen here being too, accurate to actual geography.
Yeah,
it would make sense. Glass would be a port in real life.
Yeah, I suppose it would. But yeah, the Baltica has been referred to many times as the region that makes no sense in name. Okay. Yep. Looks as if so far my prediction is accurate.
because they know Dracula has relatively swiftness. There's always that risk that he's going to be ready to suddenly force an event through. So you basically have to treat your 5th card as the about to mature card.
Yeah.
And he's jumped out to sea. So, was he in Amsterdam and he's in the North Sea, or did he go to Le Havre and jump to the Channel?
That is the question.
Yeah, slow horses.
Well,
Cologne was the,
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Cologne's the rumors, so.
Yeah, which makes sense. So that means that my prediction was actually spot on. He went to Leipzig after it was searched by the surprising return.
Yeah. Always love to do that as a trick for Dracula.
Yeah, it always feels nice to just slip right under them.
Yeah, he's in the Channel. So we know he's in the Channel. Temaku thinks he's making a jump for London.
Yeah, which actually makes a lot of sense given that excellent weather discard we talked about earlier.
It does leave him a little more vulnerable, but that's always a risk when it comes to England when you jump there. 1 CG could spell disaster.
Yep. Indeed it can.
And Pizza Wizard is hoping Hamburg is no hoax.
I think he would likely have done Unearthly Swiftness to force mature it if it were. Because, as I said, that would mean that he could get it right back through the hoax, or possibly get an Emmanuel Hill scheme, which if he thinks that something is, or Darkness Returns is something that's better.
That would have been hilarious, Emmanuel Hill sheet against Strider.
That would have been nice, yeah.
Well, Mina got the good horse at least, so she'll be able to check out Hamburg.
Yeah, and that will mean that, so long as they have what they need to clear these encounters, that will the next one, it's Leipzig, that would get Unearthly Swiftness matured at present. So that doesn't completely remove the threat. And imagine if that's a non-rumored vamp on Leipzig. They would trigger
that'd be a bit awkward.
Yeah, they would trigger all his traps, get full value out of them. In Hamburg, it doesn't matter. It does. But in terms of the Leipzig being a vampire, that maturing, it doesn't matter one way or the other. Interesting.
Well, okay. Cologne's at no real risk of maturing right now. You do have a little bit of time, and apparently Galming's the one with the bad tickets.
Yeah. We have actually all 4 stakes in the discard, so he's going to have to fight it out. But I suppose it makes sense to wait till daytime.
And it turns out this whole time it was an aristocratic vamp.
Could be, but I think that Strider would much rather not take that sort of risk, despite it being Gul'dan who's the tank.
Well, we've only seen 2 vampires so far, both reckless. Oh, it was Fog in Hamburg. So Mia's gonna be out for a while.
But nonetheless, it's good that that did not mature, because if he does not Unearthly Swiftness mature this, then he would have been able to mature the Fog and put it right there on Leipzig so that they can't check it, or possibly on Cologne, so that they can't deal with the Ruin token. So that's actually good that they got onto it.
Dracula's gonna... Well, he's wolfing onto London, or he's wolfing back onto the mainland. I did play a practice game with Wyrmtalon before all this started, and he pulled this exact trick on me. He went to the sea, and when it looked like he went to England, it turned out he backtracked back to the mainland.
Yeah, and what's more, since he did actually just remove the Paris layer when he layered Hamburg, that is actually possible this time. So, conspiracy theories, folks? Yeah. Brussels, of course, is still on the trail. That actually would have been an interesting misdirect. Misdirect Brussels so that you can like give him a like give him more possibilities for how you might do that. It'd be like a fun little mind game.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Had to click something in chat. So, music disappeared for a little bit.
Okay, strength into Heavenly Host. Okay, short and to the point. Good for Strider, not good for Wyrmtalon. Yeah.
Well, that does reduce the biggest danger in England.
Yeah, the biggest danger on the board, yes. Unless Leipzig is a hoax, which could be even worse. Oh,
There's the
a
other
second
excellent weather.
Alright.
Well, it's bound to be floating on somebody. Dracula's finally gone through his entire deck. So we're going to start seeing stuff come back, and both fogs actually made it to the discard in time.
Yeah, as the second one got yoinked via behind the fog.
You're calling it that now.
Yeah, I actually didn't intend to. I actually didn't intend to, which is what makes it so funny that I did. Ambushing? Okay, well, I think Van Helsing's happy about that. Yeah, I think Wyrmtalon is being a bit too trigger happy.
Yep.
Speaking of triggers, he has a pistol.
Well, that does stop bodyguards. He got some information out of it. He's gonna have some free time to cycle her items a bit if she doesn't like anything.
Yeah. But, I mean, considering that it was the standard Scotsword setup, I doubt Mina's lacking in much, if anything, in terms of items. But then again, I mean, since they used the Heavenly Host yet again, I think I'm gonna call that Strider does not have CG for him to be using Heavenly Host. That's just bluntly, like right away, like that. Oh,
well.
overstayed his basic research. Okay. Yep. Oh boy, this is.
Yep, Strider lost count.
Yeah, that's all too easy to do. I have made that mistake myself many a time. I think everyone has done that at some point or another.
Yep. Well, and this is why Dracula's taking notes.
Yep. So now he has...
That includes you in the back. You pay attention. Of course, Wyrmtalon doesn't mind. Three stakes, 2 dogs. 4 stakes, 2 dogs, 2 bullets.
Bodyguards. Okay. Not a hoax, but still pretty good.
Yep. Not something I'd want to use Earthly Swiftness on, so...
Yeah.
This is probably when he would have followed it up to get the Kilometer. Oh, it's Monday, week 2. Week 3. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yep. That it does. As Dracula, when do you try to weave in a heal? Here. Because obviously you will want to... when do you want to...
I get the feeling he's gonna... I'm gonna get the feeling he's gonna want to heal when he gets the time for that Unearthly Swiftness to get value.
Yeah, like...
Do your feed, wolf away. You'll get the same movement economy, but you'll have 2 extra health out of it.
Yeah, possibly.
Plus, you could possibly force a nasty event to trigger.
That too.
Yeah. You just got too much... Oh, new vigor.
Okay, but without that second excellent weather, that's not that big a threat.
Yeah, Calmy isn't going to be able to do much of anything. He's just on the mainland.
Yeah.
Van Helsing could do an event. Van Helsing can do an event trade and toss it over to the slow horses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still
the
not
other,
interesting that I didn't use the speed telegraph on Mina. Typically, this is when you would want to do that.
well, Mia's trapped in
But
fog, so
that doesn't stop her from using events. She had a speed telegraph that she could have comboed in with this to, like, I suppose perhaps you don't get the bonus value out of it now, do you?
well, so it's taking a supply first.
Yeah.
So next up, he's probably gonna horse or just nope, wrong direction.
All right.
High in Plymouth on the Irish Sea coast.
Hiding in Plymouth would definitely be very daring. Because then even just the siege you took on alone, would it be enough to
Force and air.
Yeah. Mind you, that new event could be easily be a devilish power, as there are 3 copies of that in the deck. Or is it just 2? At least 2, possibly 3.
I can't remember off the top of my head, so I couldn't say. And
Yeah.
there's the event trade. If he doesn't have... Again, we don't really think he has CG just because he's been very liberal with his use of Heavenly Host right now.
Yeah. But, I mean, for all we know, he may have just picked it up with Mina or something.
Yep. Mina just drew a Drac event, so we know it's not that.
Yeah, I'm referring to the previous day. The first day she was trapped in fog, as that's now the second day. She did get a hunter event then, and that was also after the Cologne vampire died. So it's possible. But, well, if he does, he will feel the consequences of using the host so deliberately.
Now, this would be great if it turned out Dracula did in fact loop right back onto the mainland. He's going to have the hunters all of a sudden overcommit to England. They're all going to have to slowly make their way back because all the excellent weathers are gone.
Oh yeah, that would be fantastic for Wyrmtalon if that's what he did. Because and what's more, what if they? I was about to ask you when you mentioned that. Do you think they have the second renewed vigor? Because that renewed vigor really did nothing much but speed up them getting to sea a little bit, like a makeshift excellent weather in a certain sense. Not exactly, but you get what I mean.
Well, if Dracula were to feed right now, then that basically would confirm to me he's on the mainland. So he's probably going to have to do at least a move to keep the illusion going one more turn.
Yeah, put down a mock Hyde card at Liverpool, or move from Hyde Swansea into Liverpool. That would make it more realistic. I agree. But what if the hunters do have the second renewed vigor? Imagine if they play it and he's on the mainland.
He's feeding.
Interesting. Does
Again.
he then unearthly swiftness to be able to move with that? Is the question. So
well, again, if you do that, he's going to ruin the illusion. And again, if you unearthly swiftness right now, what are you really getting out of that swiftness?
like you make it as if the soil matured, so make it as it's not the best use, perhaps, but by moving one more space in addition to feeding, basically you're saying,
Yep, he is swifting.
Looks as if that is what he's doing.
If he jumps into the water right now, that's gonna be pretty bad for him. Unless he's going all in on the illusion. I don't. Well, like I said, I just have to see what he does next.
Yeah, there's.
I'm worried that I overthought him.
Then again, wait, when was it that, like, timeline-wise, can you recall? Oh,
He's in the water.
That's exactly what he's doing. So, when was it that Van Helsing moved from Nantes to Le Havre? Because that could define whether or not he can be on the mainland. Be Paris, Nantes, sea.
I wouldn't remember at this point. It's been a bit.
Okay. Well, I
Sending someone to North Atlantic. Gonna cut off Ireland.
yeah. Also be ready to go to the mainland again.
Oh.
All right. Well, let's see. Is it Swansea? As I assume that's where he's going.
Yes,
Yep.
he did in fact go to England. And there's the jar of dirt.
Okay, but did he find a heavenly host at some point or another? Was it traded? As we have seen a few trades.
Yeah.
Okay.
The hard part for Godalming right now is that
No. Apologies.
if Dracula moves to North Atlantic, that's gonna force Godalming to either go to South Atlantic to keep up with him if he keeps at sea, or land on the mainland.
Or go to Sea or Channel. Yeah, that's the awkward thing about being at sea. You can't just pass and stay where you are. That's not an option.
Oops, I just shoved the anchor overboard. I guess we're stuck here a day.
Yeah, and that's why sea travel is advantageous for Dracula in terms of like
Getting cut off.
evading. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
And also getting a small head start.
Yeah.
As well.
Typically, at best, you're going to be in the same sea as him. Though, this does force Dracula to decide if he wants to risk Ireland at all, because Godalming's right there. Seward's not far behind, but because excellent weathers are all gone, he's not going to have to worry about a multi-fight. Yeah. Going to North Atlantic.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that because while he would not have to worry about it the first day, if Godalming just lands at Galway and then Seward goes to Sea, he would have to worry about it after the second renewed vigor, causing a double fight.
Yep.
So, yeah, I agree that it would be a mistake to go to Ireland. Not to mention, of course, the ever-present potential threat of CG. So, and of course, Ireland, simply the CG token alone can cause you an error. At least almost. Okay, looks as if Van Helsing is returning back to where he started the game. And he's gonna clean this out.
Someone has to be the janitor.
Yep.
So this time Worms did not ambushing, so.
Yep. Good on him there.
And he has rolling slow horses, so that economy still hasn't been worked out. Or he's getting super unlucky.
Perfect. Yeah, I suspect that it's more the latter. By now, I expect that he has he has it where it's like at least 6 out of 9, like at least a 66% chance. Yeah, this is really good encounter economy. These soils have done good work for encounter economy for Wyrmtalon. Which that encounter economy is something that people often underestimate the value of.
Well, any kind of game like this, the more cards you see, the more options you have. And that's all Desecrated Soil does as an encounter. As mature, it's a bit of healing, but I think the real power is in its card cycling.
Yeah.
Get what you want first, and you don't have to worrying about your options. They have used one renewed vigor, but they haven't played Hypnosis or Money Trail. Let me check the event discard. they have not played any of those.
I think it is also safe to say that they do not have the second surprising return. Okay, is that a wolf form animation that I see?
No, nope, he's in South Atlantic. The wolf form is still on the trail for one more day.
Alright. South Atlantic or...
Unless he's gone to the English Channel. Because I just realized that's off the trail.
Yeah, Channel or North Sea, for that matter.
Channel, North Sea, or South, so he's got options.
Yeah, if the hunters do have Money Trail, now is definitely the time to use it.
Yeah, I don't see Dracula going to sea again later in the game, so yeah, get your value out of it. It's not the best value, but it's better than zero value.
I mean, this is actually one of the best times of game to use Money Trail when it's a split between 2 or 3 like this.
There's Liverpool. Not ambushing.
So...
And Mia's just going to hold position at North Sea. So she's got the north end pretty well locked down. Newspaper. Oh. Yeah, as we guessed.
Guessed?
I know you can't see them, but there are huge air quotes around that word. There's the Money Trail.
Yep. Okay, I would have done that by day.
North Sea.
Alright. Well, considering that Suit is in North Atlantic and... But
He is in prime position for intercept. Rude.
Yeah, that's becoming a thing these days. Yeah. So does he go to the channel then? To get some obfuscation whether wolf forms into the mainland or into England again.
Well, going back in English at this point does not sound very smart. You've got... Now that you have Van Helsing there, you're not really that far away from... Oh, new vamp.
Ooh, interesting.
Escape route.
Oh, okay. Well, burn the escape route.
But he doesn't have a stake, otherwise he would have played that.
Yeah, all 4 in the discard, so we know that Van Helsing does not have a stake.
So it's gonna have to, he's gonna have to fight tomorrow. Or does he simply let it go? Because one-on-one, a new vampire... is incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
Especially... Van Helsing doesn't have the hit points for damage.
Yeah, and what's more, there's no holy bullets. I don't think he will want to dump that heavenly host that he has. I mean, he could, but that's not enough to kill. Yeah. And of course, if the vampire fangs after that undoes half the work.
Well, that will only knock 1 day off the end game. So it's not the... Well, any vampire would knock 1 day off the end game right now.
Yeah, but here's the fun part. If he lets it mature, and he goes English Channel, then he could go North Atlantic, and just do pirate drac basically. Until wait it out. I'm not saying this is the best idea, but it's
how much health would you want to burn for that? How much health would you burn on that strategy, though?
I likely would Wolf or now, but I'm just saying that it would definitely be entertaining if this were to happen, because it is. Oh,
he's landed. So he's Edinburgh, Amsterdam, or 27 is because I can't put my mouse over it because there's a window in the way.
Hamburg.
Thank you.
Yeah, fortunately, I typically refer to them by their names anyway, so rather than number.
I'm trying to get better at it. Well, I've got set so numbers are always visible, so even if we're not, my mouse isn't pointing at it, chat knows what we're talking about.
Yep. Yeah, I have that. I always use that setting as well for the same reason.
Well, Strider's definitely thinking about this.
Renewed vigor with a Charter Carol Jungle Domin, perhaps? Yeah, this definitely gives me the impression that... I mean, we know he has as a speed telegraph, as me is showing. There definitely would be value in, like, Van Helsing applying first to... I mean, there's no scouts, we know that. That's the problem. But but there is still an Aggie in the deck.
Yep.
Oh, yep,
He's going
there
for
is.
it. He's going all in.
But if it turns out that he is back in England and they don't have CG, even though there's now only 22 cards left in the deck,
Yeah, that could be. That gets
then
ugly.
Yeah, that gets ugly for Strider.
Well, for obvious reasons, I'm cheering for the vampire in this game, so.
Yeah. And after all,
Oh, he only horsed one space.
He's gonna scan, check both of them in one fell swoop.
Yep, he is in Germany. So.
Okay, so he is in the area.
Oh,
so,
I know what he's doing. He doesn't have forewarned. He's worried about fog.
For good reason. He's gone. There's only 7 encounters left in the redraw after 2 got put in the discard. So chances are high that Wyrmtalon will have at least 1 by now. Yeah, he's going for a surround him method.
Not a bad plan.
Yeah. Agreed.
Healthy. Supplying.
Yeah. He's not gonna find a stake, and Strider, if he is keeping track of what he's discarded, will know that. But
yep. I didn't really read what was in discard. I just flashed it up on screen. If you're watching this later, you can always pause and read it for yourself for certain. Yep. He's letting Liverpool go. Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be enough. Even if Wyrmtalon loses, that's more IDS. So it will.
Well.
Yeah, I honestly would prefer it that Wyrmtalon loses, because if Strider wins, Helm Deep Dish pulls ahead of both of our teams. In your case, at present, even more so than they already have. But if Wyrmtalon wins, you keep up with them.
Yeah.
And at least things still break even for me and my teammate, Mr. Green. So, I'm sorry, Pizza Wizard in chat. I imagine you're ranting at me now, but I try to keep my commentary as neutral as possible.
I'm not. I've got my partner in on this one. I've got a reason to be all invested on one side.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah. Yep. What's... Yeah, only 2 more Dracula moves and then he's scoring points.
Yep. This will still be tough for Wyrmtalon. He's got to survive. He's got the renewed vigors burned at least, so they're not going to have any extra actions.
He does have a lair at Strasbourg. He could wolf form there. Make them have to jump onto 2 encounters. That'd be, although I suspect that that's just something like a Saboteur or Rats.
Yeah, something for Pizza Wizard in the audience. Oh yeah, he's still got that Dracovet in his hand though.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah, he still does have 1. So could be a Devilish Power, could be...
I'm still leaning on Sensationalist Press. Just the dead card he's holding on to because it at least looks threatening.
Yeah, there are all sorts of things. It could be Darkness Returns. Best case scenario for him, I think, would be Darkness Returns, since we know it's not Unearthly Swiftness. Okay, yep. New Vamp matures. Get it, 3 points. Good.
Yep, wipes out the trail, but there's nothing there. Yep, hey Combat Wombat. Makes sense that would be your Twitch name, now I think about it.
Do you feed? Because I would definitely consider feeding if you're on either today or tomorrow, because that's just before week 4 when feed will not score you IDS points.
Yeah. Well, it's going to depend on what he's got as an event if he's got fog, Fee is pretty much safe. If he doesn't have fog, you're gonna be trying to at least convince him that's a fog.
Yeah, and feed would help do that. Like, if you're saying, come and get me, then I...
Do you say, I'm not afraid of you?
Yeah, I would possibly if it in a high
I'm,
card.
I'm behind 3 VPNs. What are they? I don't know, but I'm behind them. Yep. Wyrmtalon's gonna be playing some kind of movement.
Yeah.
Hide counts as movement in this case.
Yep.
He's...
And I suspect that's what it is. But it is of course possible that he landed at Hamburg and therefore went to Berlin or Leipzig.
Either way, this is a dangerous game right now. He could still be hiding in Amsterdam.
That too.
Which would be a very scary bluff. All it takes is 100 moving there, and you're in trouble.
Okay.
Not Leipzig.
Okay. Do you open the way to Brussels by moving Seward?
I believe the answer to that is yes.
Apparently Strider thinks so.
Oh.
Oh, it was Amsterdam. So now this is important for Wyrmtalon.
Wait, there is one other option. Edinburgh. Is he still in England?
Unfortunately, no. They did speed, telegraph, and scan. You recall?
Oh yeah, German. Sorry, my bad.
So,
my bad.
Unfortunately, that is not the case.
Well, that will open up the way to the west.
Yeah, and Wyrmtalon does still have...
Do you go in now with Mina, or do you try to cut him off? It'll be a one-on-one tonight. 8 health Drac against 9 health Mina. No, not gonna risk it.
Yeah, I would have actually done just that. I would have actually done just what Strider did there, because he's cutting off the swifter route, saying wolf form now, or either you wolf form
deal
now,
with me,
or either that, or go into a spot where I can easily 3-on-1 you. Yeah. So I actually like that move from Strider.
Oh,
another one.
Vampiric influence.
Oh dear.
That could be very bad for Mina. Heavenly Host Rifle.
Yeah, as well as Sense of Emergency, Speed, Telegraph, and Charred Carriage. So now you can take away her horse and shove her into you, and Fog, so that you can feed, potentially. I mean, that's one possibility. I mean, you can shove her possibly into the Strasbourg lair, for another example.
Well, Wyrmtalon's got options.
Yeah. You can say that again.
Yeah, much better than Pizza Wizard's Vampiric Influence, I'll say that.
Oh yeah. I recall that one quite well. Quite distinct.
There goes the horses.
Makes sense. I mean, there's still Sense of Emergency, but of course you have to take damage for that one.
Well, gonna push her to the lair.
Which was indeed rats.
Yeah, it's gonna take 2 damage off her, and she's gonna wheel rifle. He already knows it's there.
Yeah.
But hey, free damage is free damage.
Yep.
So, Strider, you feeling lucky? You wanna try that again?
Yeah, like, gracious. That is now 4 Drac events that have been played, and one that he still has. So he has given Wyrmtalon 4 Dracula events, and he dark called one other. Gracious. This is not your typical Fear of Dracula game, by a long shot.
And it looks like Van Helsing's going back to his retirement home. He's had enough of this. Now, so, that does leave one bit of awkwardness for Mina. If you will south, you're going to be 1 space away from Mina instead of 2.
Well, yes, but...
Well, unless you go to Le Havre. But at that point, Mina's going to be able to cut you off too. Or at least keep you hemmed in.
Yes. It is true. So he needs 3 Trio Draco moves.
Yep. Unearthly Swiftness has already been played, so we know he can't just force it at the end.
Unless that is Darkness Returns. If that's Darkness Returns, he still can do that, actually.
Alright, there's the wolf.
Here's hoping.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yep, just gonna rumor it, if nothing else, just to get it off his...
They could easily be them.
Yep.
So
usually by this point, he's only 3 moves away. 4 if you want to include a possible Vampire Lair, which would be the only way that's going to mature, unless he goes to C.
Which he may be forced to.
Yep.
Because, as you said, Mina, despite the loss of the horse, we know she has Charge Carriage and Sense of Emergency, so she still has plenty of mobility. So, this will still be tough.
Well.
It's not over yet. Yeah, that was definitely a well-played hide card to, oh,
Calming Sensing.
the others. Okay, so that's both of them accounted for. Means that Seward will have one and Van Helsing will not have one unless he trades it off Mina.
Well, I get the feeling Van Helsing's not doing anything for the rest of this game. He's just going to be a supply bot.
Well, considering what part of the board we're talking about, I actually might get him back over here. Because there's excellent rail connections and such.
Well, it's going to take you 2 days to get across. That'll put him up to 10 points. So you'll have 1 day to have Van Helsing help.
During which, in theory, he could... Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, I was wondering if he might do that. Because... obviously, they're almost certainly going to check the western location, so do you risk that? I actually thought about that.
Yep.
Okay.
Throwing away another crucifix.
So, remaining options... Well, I think actually we know that he's at Paris now.
It could be
Unless
Hamburger.
it's a fake wolf form to... That's where Seward was before your horse, unfortunately. Likewise with Leipzig and Sense of Emergency.
Okay.
So therefore it's Paris
Miscounted.
or fake wolf form to Cologne. So, yeah, fake wolf form to Cologne would definitely be quite a bluff. And if that's the case...
Here come the night supplies.
Oh!
He did hide Amsterdam.
Well,
again, we guessed that.
Well, and now we actually know that's not Sensationless Press, because we would have seen a prompt there for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, actually he has good reason to be nice playing. There's 20 in the discard pile, 1 on top and 1 in hands. That's 22 out of 25 accounted for.
Yep.
So that's
3 cards left.
So it's only, yeah, so if he night supplies again tonight, for this particular supply, it'll be an exactly 20% chance, 20 to 80, that it's Dracula versus Hunter.
Yep.
So chances are very high.
Of course, that doesn't stop you from drawing 2 Drakovits in a row.
Yeah.
That was painful.
Unless...
We'll form to Hamburg, maybe. No, we already ruled that out. There was a Hunter on Hamburg.
Yeah. So, if it is a real wolf form, the only location left is Paris. Since you checked Frankfurt. But if it's a fake wolf form, it could be Cologne, and they may have just leapfrogged right over him.
The problem with that is he's now still surrounded.
Well, except that now he can just continue going east, and that Seward and Goldaming will likely just parade around here a little bit longer.
Yeah. If he's in Paris, though, he's got a lot of good options he can walk to.
Yes.
Lots of oscillation to work with. Try going down the small city highway, Clermont-Ferrand, Geneva, Zurich, that kind of area.
Well, if he does go that way, he'll want to make sure to remove the Zurk lair.
Oh, there's another Dracula
so
event
not...
in hand. I missed that at some point.
Yeah, apparently. So he actually drew that small chance. Poor Strider. That's now...
Darkness Returns, maybe? That would be a real boon right now.
1, 2, 3... yeah, it's now 4 that have been played, 2 and another 2 drawn. Gracious, 6 Dracula events in 1 game, but only 1 Dark Hall. Wow. I suppose Strider is getting... Scotswar is getting justice for what happened with the double Emmanuel Hill team. Strider denied him Hunter events, so now he's getting plenty of Drac events thrown at him in retaliation.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer opponent, though.
Yeah, he does have to consider his options carefully. I think from Paris, I would go Geneva. As now that you've gotten rid of Mina's horse, she would have to sense an emergency to get there. Or Charred Carriage. I mean, Charred Carriage can get there, but basically she would have to burn
slow horse.
to get there. That is good news for... Okay,
it
but
was
it wasn't
Paris.
It was not a fake. Oh!
Yeah, reckless. He's gonna need... He'll need 3 bites for it to really make a difference, but... We've seen crazier in this tournament already.
Yes. Then again... there is also, if he gets 2... then that
Vampire
will
Lair's
lead to
negated.
Vampire Lair. Precisely. Oh,
does that hurt him? I don't know. Does that hurt him? Look at it! Well, it would be a Strider game if we didn't have at least 1 successful Crucifix activation.
Yeah, I was thinking... That's the same thing I was thinking. It's only appropriate. Oh.
And he gets away. Probably just didn't draw a bite.
Well, or didn't want to risk a knife, but it's nice that. But the nice thing is that was on a vampire that won't even with Vampire Lair won't matter in terms of maturing. So,
that Reckless has already gotten all the value it was ever going to get.
Yeah, it got information. Now he won't be surprised when they find him by that.
Oh, he's in knots. He found him. Fog.
Okay.
Oh, Seward's got forewarned.
Yep. But
Mina is 3 away. She could emergency there.
Yeah, she'd be down to 6 health, but
I'd rather take a 2-on-1 than a 1-on-1. It is week 4 though, so yeah.
If that's a heroic leap trade, this could mean disaster for Wyrmtalon.
Yeah.
Because then he
put him
can't
down
jump into the sea.
Yeah, that'll put him down to 2. There's the sense.
Okay, so not a heroic leap trade.
Well, he traded 2.
It might be so that she can get a Clonfeldbrand and then go so that she can get to Bordeaux if he slips away. Okay. This seems to say that he does not have it, and that's more likely a planned ambush.
Well, let's find out.
Oh, right.
I always forget about the bodyguards.
Yeah, that's like Aggie. That's one that that's basically the Dracula version of Aggie. They just sit around waiting. Yeah.
And he's gonna get information from Seward out of this. Seward's got a gun.
Okay. And he knows that Mina has a gun, and it was an HH, as I recall.
Yep.
So he knows that he has nothing to fear from Seward in terms of Heavenly Host.
Well, Seward could still Heavenly Host. He does have what's it called? Planned ambush going on him right now. So you might just
Yes,
want to
but
bite Seward just to prevent that.
well, the thing is, we know that he doesn't have one. The Desecrated Soils, you recall? And he hasn't done any trading since then, so we know he doesn't have one. Unless he simply has been keeping it real secret. But I seriously doubt that.
It's gonna go for the bite on Mina. Fangs.
Okay.
Dodge.
Dodge. Okay, I actually like that. It's obvious that he targets Mina, as she's the one who does not have planned ambush. Okay. What? Okay.
John Stewart is
Probably
not gonna
knife.
cast Fist. He's gonna cast Knife.
Okay.
Not sure about.
Ouch.
Well, he's got the 3 damage off the knife.
Yeah.
So, if he's got Holy Bullets on Seward or Mia gets her host off, that's GG.
I recall that before the item deck reshuffle, all 3 holy bullets were in there, and so
It's been a
probably
while.
that is limited.
Still.
Yeah.
What does Wyrmtalon's notes tell him? He's going to strength a gun.
Rifle.
So
Okay.
if that he has Holy Bullets, those are now worthless.
Unless he has another gun, that is.
Well, if he and there's the host,
Oh.
GG.
GG. Okay, GG. That was a rough match for both players. It was a good game though. Very excellent show.
I believe that was a 7-point victory for Strider.
Nice. He final influence 7.
Yeah, 7 points off. Strider.
Actually,
Plus 2 for
6 so 6 IDS. So what? The card? Cards.
Well,
Yeah.
we don't know if he's referring to the Drac events or False Tip and
False
Devilish
Tip.
Power.
Yeah, I actually knew about the false tip. We saw that a while ago. We never actually played it though. So we knew that was so. But
He
we
never
just
got
knew
CG.
about that as well. Yeah. Yeah, I think knowledge was a little too obvious. But nonetheless, a good game.
Yeah. And he did have Heroic Leap, so. And Wyrmtalon did not get the second Fang. Yep. If
Yeah,
Wyrmtalon had gotten the
fire.
second Fang and he bit Mina, that would have. I think that would have. Well, that would have
would've
definitely
been
killed
GG
her.
right there then. That would have been. That would have been 5 points to add to his 7 that he already had. Okay, that would have been one off.
Yeah.
Had the Reckless scored 1 point, that actually would have been GG there and then. But then again, 1-on-1, unlikely that Stewart would have been able to finish him. Possible, but unlikely. Nonetheless, GG well played both.
Yep. He almost went for the risk on there too, it seems.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful game.
Did Stewart have bullets? That's the question I want to know. He did not have the bullets. Double horse.
That's cool.
Double horse, rifle, knife. You know, for when your first horse breaks down.
Yeah, that's definitely amusing.
I-
Yeah, I think that Geneva would have been a slightly better play for the reason that since you had just destroyed the knife and it's 2, the horse from Mina is 2 away from Mina, it means that it's less likely
Strider's
that
right.
they'll check that spot.
I didn't think of that for Strider. No great strength on
Yeah.
Mina.
Well, he wasn't to know that there was no great strength.
Yeah.
But and I
That
it's
still
possible
dropped her
there's
to
still
4.
information.
In that case, Mina's bite wouldn't have killed her either.
Well, Well, I suppose he already knew what Mina had. I think he was looking for information.
Yeah.
So. Oh, but Wyrmtalon is saying that he should have.
Yeah.
But.
That's
that would have left
that's the big thing about this game. Yeah. He did want the info.
Yeah.
As we know, information can be king in this game.
Yeah.
But as we always say, hindsight is 20/20. You would not believe all the hindsight I've had for my game against Pizza Wizard. I am still upset with Rufus on that one. One day earlier and I would have had him.
Yeah, Strider's musing on what I was saying about Heroic Leap, then sense of emergency to get Mina there.
Yeah. Almost straight Seward turn 1. Yeah, so many different possibilities, but those aren't the timelines we're living in.
Yep.
So, in any case, any final thoughts?
Not really. An excellent game. And, I mean, of course, thank you for having me. And, yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed the show.
I believe we play each other in week 5 or so. Yeah, a couple weeks out. We'll see what happens then.
This coming week, due to scheduling reasons, I may end up having to postpone against Scott's Sword as we have Garlic Farmers next for our team. But well, that we'll work that out as we go. But I suppose come week 5, you and I likely will be playing against each other rather than sing together.
We'll see. Yeah. Oh, believe me, it will not be harmony if we play each other. I'm hoping for a bloodbath, and I'm really hoping it's your blood I'm bathing in. But, again, wait and see.
Yep.
Anyway. Well, in any case, thank everyone for watching. I'm going to be cutting stream now, because I don't think we're going much further with this. So, good night, everyone.